What do you think are the issues that people have around security?
The issues that that I've heard people talk about is bringing type of people there that you don't want, potential house breaks and people hanging out, noise, alcohol. Those are the type of concerns that I've heard from around Dedham. I have spoken with a half dozen other communities that have the rail trails that were listed there, and basically the message that they conveyed to me was that they heard very similar types of concerns before the rail trails in their communities were developed, and what they generally found was that once these things were had been constructed, that they generally would attract the right people for the right reasons. So you'd have people that are coming there for what you saw, for recreational purposes, to exercise, to walk the dogs. Right. And you didn't see the fears come to fruition, that right. they were not seeing those types of crimes. The issues that they more or less described were much more minor of nature, with issues with kind of bicyclists and dogs. So issues that can be regulated and mitigated and overseen, but not the crime issues that people are concerned about. What we'd be able to do is just a little expansion of what we already do with other locations in town. We have the officers do extra checks, particularly during the evening and overnight hours of any town-owned property, any parks, any areas that were experiencing any issues or potentially experiencing any issues. So there is a presence of the officers, being there and checking on them. So this would just be another area that we would add to that, where we would, have the officers based on wherever the access points are, stop, get out of their car, and take a look around and just make sure there's no issues or concerns or anything going on at that time. And that's just for the officers in regular patrol and cars. We also have 4 motorcycles right now. 2 officers are generally assigned to motorcycle on their shift, whenever the weather conditions allow. So a motorcycle or a mountain bike, we have 5 mountain bikes that we use for specific reasons, not general patrol, but those are types of vehicles that could traverse the entire trail on a patrol from one access point to another. Where when it's open, we wouldn't want to be sending a vehicle down the length of just a patrol. But a motorcycle or a mountain bike, you could. They could get down and check the entire trail. And another issue is that like anywhere else, we need the help of the citizens to keep an eye on the trail. Right. Policing any area is really a shared responsibility. We have a few police officers, on the street at any given time, so we can't be everywhere. So we do our checks of the area. Any specific issues would address at a higher level, but like anywhere else, commercial development, a school,
right.
Anywhere else, we need the help of the citizens to keep an eye on things, and if they see an issue, to let us know. Things can be reported anonymously to us, so you don't draw any attention to yourself, and we'll certainly respond to any.
Thank you very much. We're going to take a very short break, and we'll be right back. So, what you were saying, Chief, about the patrolling and watching it, and it's a shared responsibility, and I understand that. I think that's true of all the town, that someone sees something and they can report it, and as you said, they can report it anonymously. Now tell me, we saw the list of all the towns. Have you talked to any people in any of the other towns that have a trail?
Yes, I've talked to representatives of police departments on a half dozen other communities, and basically what they've told me is very similar to what we're seeing here, that there were a lot of concerns at first, and what they've found is the issues to be much more minor than people feared and were concerned about prior to the construction of the rail trails. And at the end of the day, they basically all describe these rail trails as a recreational asset to the community, so they're all very happy to have them within their community.